club, yeah. Let's head up here.
very warm welcome to a very emotional Cambridge Ice Arena, as we are minutes away from the start of the 108th Varsity between University of Cambridge men's and University of Oxford men's Blues. The two lineups have been introduced. The anthems have been played, and you've just seen the ceremonial puck drop dedicated to the memory of Oxford Blues men's player Sébastien Hally. Played for the club during the 22-23 season, wore the number 21 with distinction, and has clearly touched the lives of everybody that young man has ever met. The puck drop was dedicated to his memory and his spirit of sportsmanship, camaraderie and friendship that he embodied. We were very glad to welcome Sébastien's parents and sister, Patrick, Chantal and Steph Hally, for the puck drop. As you can hear in my voice, and around us, there are seldom few dry eyes in attendance. And now we turn to the action. The 100 men's varsity ice hockey match. One of the oldest rivalries in the sport. One of the very best. Puck drop goes to Cambridge. First board battle, won resoundingly by Oxford, and that's the first big collision of the contest. Talking to people around us who've seen the first two games of the day, what's going to be different? Near enough everything as Scott Page. It's a shot on goal. Saved by Eli Harris-Trent. Really top goaltender Eli Harris-Trent. 239 in his career, goals against average. Takes two bites of the cherry there to stop his former skipper, Sean Baig. Former Oxford Blues captain. I understand he is the first Oxford Blues captain in history to then represent Cambridge University Blues. Quite the record after close to 200 years of history. Now will be cleared length of the ice, no icing. And Murphy, Captain Jack Murphy, dips it over to camera poser. Now leaves the zone. Liu putting the pressure on. That's Rick Liu. Body's hit the floor, my goodness. Collision in front, good save made. Max Millstone. This is his first varsity. As he easily gathers that one and sends it behind. It's his first varsity, but young man growing up in Arizona, his face shots from the likes of Phil Kessel and Austin Matthews. Nothing about tonight is going to faze him. Good drive, high off the glass. Nobody knows where it is. It's right in front of you, boys. As that's whipped away by Oxford. Now Cambridge into the zone for the first time with real purpose. They forced the goalie Eli Harris-Trent, fourth-year player, another American, to cover up 25-11-5 career record between the pipes for the Dark Blues. 17:59 to go in the first. We have just got started. And again, Sean Baig. Just keep an eye on number 8 in a light blue jersey. First line centre. He has been amped for this all day. That's a good chase there by Ono Pentarosian. Murphy will have some chasing to do. As that's big old collision into the boards. Jay Lee, former Huskies captain, now playing in the men's senior varsity matches. That's well, door open just for a moment for David Kelly. Another big Canadian on the ice. Lovely bit of skill from Rick Liu. Using the skates to great effect. It's still Rick Liu. Can he find somebody? No, he can't. The assistant captain, Sébastien Hurt, was there. Laying the hurt from the blue line. Something took a bit off it. Scott Partington. Low. How has that stayed out? Bodies in front. Scott Partington from the blue line. Playing in defence this season, or at least in this varsity. Let's take another look at this. Kept it low. A little bit of lift. And then Raposa. Not afraid to introduce his counterpart to his stick blade. Partington as whistle. And somebody is going to the box for interference. 2 minutes. And that is, it is Cam Raposa. First year player, America, George Washington University. He's at Queen's studying an MBA. Apparently they call him Cam the MBA. So the first power play of the night, and it goes to the visitors from Oxford. Again, in case this is your first game in a while, Oxford will have an additional player advantage for 2 minutes or until they score. Cambridge obviously have a player fewer, but are not subject to the same icing rules as normal, as that is frozen up by Milstein. Bit of a tame effort from Kieran Davis there, the first year British athlete, playing in his first varsity match. We've got a delayed whistle there. And boarding is the call. Monster collision, and it is Kieran Davis, I think, headed to the bench. We'll see the official call. Oh, he's going to the box for 4 minutes. 2 minutes for boarding and then 2 minutes for high sticking. Not how he would have wanted his debut varsity to start. So we've got 4-on-4 hockey, a little bit more room on the ice. Just gently ushered in behind. Partington not able to keep it in. Again, he's been such a huge part of this team for the past 5-6 years now. Oh, that's through! Romich! Just over! Stays in the zone for Cambridge. Into the hand, into the trapper of Eli Harris-Trent. .43 more seconds of 4-on-4 action. As we see that chance once again, right spot at the right time. Puts it straight on net for Cambridge. Jay Lee chase it all the way back. Icing is the call, because again we are back to even strength. Murphy, defender able to get something on it. on its way through, that defender being Arno Bendrosian. Good battling on the boards, Rick Lou. There for Cambridge. Murphy over to Baig. Baig off the blocker of Eli Harris-Trent. 5 seconds left on the 4-on-4 in Cambridge. Into the power play. Are back into the power play. Cleared the length of the ice. No icing as they have a player disadvantage. Good opportunity to get some fresh legs. Scotty Partington. Centres, nobody able to get to the back post. Ripped on net. Charlie Barr. Ripped on net again in the middle. Zhang just wide. Gathered in by Eli Harris-Trent. Changes for both sides. Of course, you can change your lines on a frozen puck, you cannot on an iced puck. Bartington in the face-off circle. Going to try again. A clean face-off that time. Zhang steps in with it. Good pass across. Into the middle, Murphy! Save made, double save. Good battling around. One of our linesmen, Parker, right on the spot. Eli Harris-Trent called upon time and again. Take another look at that. The shot window closed for him. Then Murphy ripped it on goal on that replay back live. Partington. Rifles. Rick Lou from in close, another good save. Eli Harris-Trent just where he needs to be. Centred, Rick Lou ripped it in there. Absolutely no nonsense from Michael Furlan. Back to the captain. Jack Murphy chips it over. Patient play from Cambridge. Murphy skates in. His skate blades abandoning for a second. That would have been something special. That's a really good hit laid on from Will Payne. Still, power play. Just opened and then closed, couldn't get on his stick blade. Murphy puts it in front. And again, Harris-Trent equal to everything. We just saw a goalie duel for the ages in the women's varsity match. If you weren't able to see it, I highly recommend you going back and watching it. Both goalies absolutely standing on their heads. Eli Harris-Trent having to do that right now, about 3 minutes, as that's low loose, really smart play. Sébastien hurt. The initial save made by Harris-Trent, bounced up, he grabbed it, put it back on his goalie's, well, where the goalie can grab it. That was Cameron Poser. Bodies flying everywhere. Centred and scores! Cambridge lead it in the Varsity. Matthias Lazar credited with a goal, his 7th of the season, his 40th goal for the club. Officials and captains talking things over. Let's take a look at this. Oh, now. Did he kick it in? Oh, the goal stands. So we're going to take another look. So, great assist. So 5.94, so Lazard with the goal. 94, Charlie Bart with the assist. So he's moved his foot, but he's not kicked it in. He's got his foot into position and it's come off of it. That's the interpretation, obviously. They don't see what we see as Charlie Bart's shot is blocked on its way through. So maybe a stroke of fortune for Cambridge. Contentious moment in the Varsity. Really solid work and netminder there to deny Sean Begg. And that's swallowed up by Max Milstein. First time he's been called into action for better part of 5 minutes. Again, goalies, that's part of the job, having to be really ready at a moment's notice. Michael Furlan it was with the shot attempt. Murphy scoops it high into the air. Raposa denied on his way through, and it will be a 2-minute interference call. I don't think it can have much in the way of a complaint about that. Harold Wang it is. Let's take another look at this. Zero intent to play the puck. Just a brick wall in front of him. Understandable. Reasonable for him to do that. But it is going to mean that's another power play. So already just shy of 4 minutes of penalty kill for Oxford. And they have conceded right at the end of that previous power play. Good puck cycling. Just fired in on net. And Jonathan Romick clear the zone, no dramas. And Milstein sends it around the other way. You see Alyssa Xu wears 20 in the ice for Oxford. As that's fired on, batted away by Harris Trent. Broken stick on the play, so instead of giving him a new one, I'll just get another player on the ice. Gathered in by Harris Trent. The stick of Romick will be collected, or the remnants of, put away. You see the shot attempt, Scott Partington, easily dealt with by Harris Trent. 10 shutouts in his career, as the officials gets collected, and Raposa shot through traffic. Harris Trent equal to it. Makes a very nice glove save. Again, more bodies on the floor at the face-off. Raposa keeps it in, across the blue line, gets it back. Good puck movement. Matis Lazar, once again, goes to control with his skate. And Oxford will be happy with this. Not a lot of intent there from Cambridge. Killed quite a lot of clock. 30 seconds left on the power play. Cambridge bringing it forward. It's Begg. Putting on the moves. Rips it around. It's going to come all the way out. Again, happy couple of moments for the team in the dark blue uniforms. They trail 1-0. Fired on net by Raposa. Successful penalty kill. See Raposa's shot once again. Again, a lot of power behind it, but you expect Harris Trent to make that save. In a good area for him. We will see it done again. Very appreciative of the work of the DJ in attendance. We go again. Is somebody going to get kicked out of the face-off circle? Ah, no. I think Will Payne was in the wrong spot. And Will Payne headed to the box now. Will serve 2 minutes for delay of game. Make that 8 minutes of penalties so far to Oxford. So back on the penalty kill once again. Into the box, Will Payne. Cambridge finally win the draw. Zhang. Back to Murphy. Murphy at the top. Save made. Harris Trent rather dismissively throws the puck away. Nice little drag wrist shot. Bit of a discussion in the face-off circle, won by Partington. Zhang has it on his stick blade. Played into the corner. Back to Zhang at the top. Murphy. Nice idea, trying to play in. Rick Luke. Good fire, firm shot. Romick. Only as good as the pads of Harris Trent. 1:22 left on the power play. Yet another Cambridge power play. Murphy. That will stay in bounds. Murphy at the top again. This time dumps it down low to Rue. And Harris Trent dives on it again. Another excellent goalie performance. Already talked about it. Murphy dropped it down low to Rick Liu, and Partington trying to muscle his way in there. 1:05 left on the power play. Raposa. And that will clear the zone to cheers, ironic and otherwise, from the Oxford supporters. Again, Cambridge so far 1 for 4 on the man advantage. They themselves have 2 minutes of penalty kill to them, as this has gotten scruffy. Over in the corner, kept in the zone. Time off balance effort from Zhu, who, I mean, we'll talk about her in just a moment, but unreal what she's able to do! That is unreal! Charlie Barr! Something from nothing! What a goal! Charlie Barr assisted by Kaz Raposa. Barr's 4th goal of the season, Raposa's 6th assist. Let's take another look at this. Into the zone and then just unleashes An absolute tracer bullet of a shot. Second power play goal of the night from Cambridge. And they have a 2-0 lead in the 108th men's varsity match. So far, Oxford have a 2-0 advantage. They won our opening game for the Stanley Puck. They won the women's varsity 1-0 for the Coin Cup. Now the men's varsity, Cambridge hold a 2-0 advantage in the early going. Partington, that's off a skate blade of Harold Wang. Romick would have expected a bit more from his shot there. Dropped into Partington, lots in front. Oh, that's a really smart idea. Had us all expecting the shot. Little soft pass across. Let's take another look at this. Partington, really good pass, really great idea. Just wasn't to be. I think it was Matthew Zhang, going in. That's really well won by Murphy. Just dumps it into the opposite corner. Building more pressure, Cambridge. 6:40 left in the first period of play. 2 plays, nothing to the hosts. Puck's still there. Now picked up by, well, Murphy's going to launch it. Raposa chasing, putting on the pressure. Did well though. Did Michael Furlan, the captain. He'll have to do more than that to spook him. Jay Lee. His line mate Murphy. And Lee is going to take it into the zone. Tries to dump it in. That kept alive by Liu. Rick Liu with the dangles. Still Rick Liu. Centres. Lee on the backhand. Finds Murphy. Murphy with a clapper. Just wide. It's Lee once again. Sends it into the corner. Fires low. Oh my. What could have been. Claudio Franconi looked for the redirect. Eli Harris Trent equal to it. Take another look at this. Kept it low and oh my. Had a couple of bites at it. Franconi. Second year Swiss player. Doing his PhD in machine learning. That will evade Partington. Now Cambridge in their own zone with a bit of defending to do. Talalai, Scott Baig, Sean Baig, sorry, taking it out. Little drop pass to Romick. Romick going around. Partington, whoa, flyers one. Looked off balance, caused some problem for Oxford. Low and around. This is danger now. Oxford with 5 minutes to play. Just evaded him. Matthew Zhang. Calm in his own zone, Milston. And now it's Rick Liu with the speed, the handles. Shot in on Eli Harris Trent. Good shot. I expect Harris Trent to stop those. He's in a decent spot for him. But it was a good stop. Very good rebound control also as Murphy dumps it in. No one able to get there in a light blue jersey. It's Michael Furlan. Sent it only as far as Jack Murphy. 4:30 left in the period. Huge collision. So Rick Liu bounced right back up, was immediately after the puck. Murphy. Someone got a touch on that just before it went through. And that someone was Mathis Lazar. Goal scorer of our first goal. Again, Oxford are going to feel a little bit unhappy about the manner of said goal. They can have no complaints about the second. Partington trying to make it 3. It's deflected on the way through by Furlan. Oh, that's a monster hit! This is the checking league hockey we've come to expect in the men's varsity match. Oxford growing into the game. Bit of a check from behind there. Rick Liu. He's a real speedster, but he's built of tough stuff, as that's taken a really awkward bounce for Cambridge. Great stuff for Oxford, but it will clear the zone. They try to send it back in, they will clear their lines. The breaks are not going the way of the visitors right now as Partington puts it on net. Eli Harris Trent catches it. There's settle down. Eli Harris Trent. Really top goalie. Alisha was on the draw. It's off the trapper of Harris Trent. And we'll do it again. Yeah, so played 11 games last year for the Women's Blues. 46 goals, 23 assists, 69 points. Alisha Zhu for the Women's Blues. Now playing for the Men's Blues. Is that somehow stays out? Harris Trent, not clear where it is. It will be cleared. Cambridge on top in almost every area right now. And they are fully aware of it and they want to take as much advantage as possible. Romick centres. Can't turn it goalward, Sean Begg. His first varsity in a light blue jersey. Lee. Murphy puts his man into the boards. They'll be gathered up by Milstein. And we've got a little bit of afters, nothing too exciting. .208. Alisha Zhu, by the way, 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points for the men this season. Just a superb hockey player. As again, Zhang rides that check well from David Kelly. Oh my goodness, what a monster hit. Sébastien Hurt absolutely unloading on Franconi. Oxford, this is what they've got to do. They've got to really bring the body. Hitting people hasn't set them into the box once in this game. There's been other mental mistakes. Tell a lie, there was a boarding. Davies. Pass on goal. Davies looked to centre, puck still not there for him. And Cambridge will clear their zone. No icing. And oh, hooking is the call. So Cambridge will be down a player. Sean Begg headed to the box. 2 minutes for hooking. Interesting. So the final minute of this period and potentially the start of the next will be a man advantage for the team from Oxford. Can the luck shift for them? Cambridge clear their lines. They don't need to worry about icing right now. So final minute of the opening period of the 108th men's varsity match. Zhu. Zhu puts it on net. Oh my, that took a big deflection in front. I think that came off Partington. Nice cross-ice pass, but Murphy straight away in there, clears it the length of the ice. I'll say with confidence. He looked almost disgusted to have to send it. And that's the way Cambridge will end the period. They will end it 2 to the good. Cambridge lead Oxford 2-0 in the 108th men's varsity match. And really, that is about as good a start as Cambridge could have hoped for. And Oxford will be thankful for Eli Harris-Trent between the pipes, because really, that has been one-way traffic for at least 18 minutes of the 20. We'll be back in a couple of minutes' time for the 108th men's varsity match, second period. After 20 minutes, the Cambridge University Blues lead 2-0. And welcome back into the Cambridge Ice Arena. The 108th men's varsity match is 20 minutes in the books. Cambridge are up 2-0. Goals from Matoush Lazar and Jonathan Romick. The difference between the two sides, Cambridge really on top in that first period of play, and they will start with a player advantage. No, they won't. A player disadvantage. There we go. My apologies. Oxford with about 50 seconds worth of power play. Shot blocked by Raposa. Off the stick of Sébastien. Now Raposa driving through, one-on-one. Just wide. And he is cleaned out. That is an enormous hit from Hurt. No icing is the call as that's ripped around the boards. Hurt rips it on net. Murphy down on one knee for the block. Brave, brave boy. My goodness, the captain. I'll skip by. Cambridge back to full strength. Scott Begg putting on the pressure. Gets it in behind. It bounced away from him. Wasn't too sure where it went. Risky pass across in front of their own goal. Scott Partington into the Cambridge defensive zone. No call on the play. Another bruising hit. Zhang. Just a touch on that on the way through from Evan Reeder. Played 5 games for the Vikes this season. His 3rd year playing hockey for Oxford. That's big. Ever. Enforcer centering. Good save made. Harris Trent had to be alive to it. And Scott Begg sent into the goalpost. Let's take another look at that. Good pass, Begg with the redirect. And, might have been Sébastien Hurt. I don't want to guess too much. Who bumped the former Oxford skipper. Just kept in. Murphy, looping shot. Frozen up by Harris Trent. Did a very good job getting up for it and then staying on 2 feet. Draw one by Cambridge. It's Murphy. Murphy dancing his way through. Murphy still there. Rick Lou not able to get a shot on goal. Let's shoot. Clears the zone. And more physicality in the neutral zone. Kieran Davis laying the body. Jay Lee, former Huskies captain. Now playing in the 108th men's varsity match. Rick Liu. That'll do. Matoush Lazar, former Husky himself. Good physicality from Begg. Now Begg open on the left. Rips it low. Loose but collected by Oxford just for the moment. Scott Partington in a foot race with Harry Smith, and it was Partington who got the better of it. Begg, Zhang desperately wanted the pass. That lane was open on the left. They'll clear it. Probably Zhang had got a touch on it, but this is danger from David Kelly. Scott Partington just muscled him out of the way. Able to clear the zone. Really solid defence from Scott Partington. Nullify what was looking like a promising attack. Still in front of Harris Trent. Nobody able to get on top of it. Romick. Played wide, it's still Romick. Centres. Murphy. Put everything behind it, gathered in by Eli Harris Trent. Everybody take a breath. 15:57 left in the second period of play. See that shot attempt again from Murphy. Again, bodies in the way. Seen all the way through somehow by Harris Trent. Face-off goes to Cambridge. It's Murphy. Really good check that from Evan Reeder. And stay down. And we'll see face-off just outside the Oxford defensive zone. Be Alicia Zhu on the draw against Rick Liu. Run by Zhu. In as far as Murphy. Harris Trent tried to just redirect it around the post. The speculative one from Murphy. Looked like it took an odd bounce. Able to jump on top of it. We'll do that again. Alicia Zhu absolutely sat down Rick Liu then. Rick Liu not afraid of Sébastien here bringing the body. As Jay Lee not able to keep it in the zone. As Murphy, huge collision there with Evan Ryder. Ryder really laid it on him, but Murphy completely unfazed. That's a big turnover. But solid defense from Jay Lee. Murphy, good pass to Barr. Barr! Just wide. "15 minutes left in the second period of play. Partington. Zhang now on the left. Easy does it into the hands of Harris Trent. Zhang. Reasonable to send it on net there. Sébastien Hurt acting as a bit of a screen on his own goalie. But Harris Trent more than equal to it. Again, more of this Cambridge pressure. As we'll freeze it up again. Partington goes behind. Charlie Barr loses his footing. Zhang. Physical with the players. Opposition, and now the officials. As that is tiptoeing on the line of interference there from Harold Wang. He's already been in the box for 2 minutes for that. Liu. Lost that on the draw. And Oxford should come away with it. Again, just launched at their own zone. Massive hit into the boards. And a follow-up attempt, shot on net, Will Payne. Easily handled, or safely handled by Mix Milstein. Take another look at this. Lines him up, drills him, clean as you like. Then on the follow-up, good attempt, Will Payne. Expect to see more and more of that from Oxford. There's a big coming together. But it's Rick Lou, he's got a skater with him, he finds him, shot on net! Into the trapper again of Eli Harris Trent. The shot differential, well, after one, it was 39 shots on goal from Cambridge to just 7 from Oxford. Really good, proactive goaltending, alive to the danger, came out to meet it, left very little of the goal to look at. Exceptional work. Zhang, gently tap it in behind. Romick battling along the boards. And another hooking call. And I think that's another one on Sean Baig. Oh, no, it's Jonathan Romick. Ah. So 2 minutes for holding the stick. So, Oxford with the player advantage for the next 2 minutes, or if they score. Building the pressure. Partington sent it around the boards. Off the glass. Makes a friendly bounce for Hurt. That's Charlie Bart. Lets him know he's here. Partington. Good save off the blocker from Harris Trent. That's just chipped clear and sent back by Jay Lee. So far, a decent penalty kill from Cambridge. Really good penalty kill from Cambridge, in fact. Harris Trent makes another save. Easy as he likes, off his leg pass into the corner. Driving forward with it, Kieran Davies. Kieran Davies through the neutral zone. Dumps it in behind. It's for Will Payne to chase. Wishes you can keep it in the zone. Oscar Zhu. Launches it. 20 seconds. So 8 seconds left on the penalty kill, and Rick Lou in a foot race. It's Rick Lou, one-on-one. Rick Lou, solid save made. Harris Trent made it difficult for him. The back check with Oscar Zhu limited the options. Let's take another look at it. Oscar Zhu put the pressure on. Harris Trent stayed up in his stance for as long as he dared. And a really good save. .11:26 left in the second. Draw one by Baig. It's with Zhang. Looking central through a crowd of legs. Dealt with again. Eli Harris Trent. Zhang danced along the blue line. Ripped on goal. Back underway. Really good tie-up. Really good tie-up by both sides. And that will clear the zone. Full strength hockey. Approaching the halfway mark of the contest. Romick. Still Romick. Shoots down low. There's Trent, equal to it. And that one, right where he wanted it. Here's Strapper. Those a goalie of his standard. Again, I've said it before, expect him to save it, but he has to be in the right spot. As Murphy makes his way through and stay down. Really stout defence from Oxford, and now they can turn it into offence. Good save made. Kieran Davis denied by Milstein. And now Murphy coming away with it. Under pressure. Hands stay down. Murphy. It's a 3-on-3. Left the puck behind. It's Rick Liu. Oh, Rick Liu makes it 3-0. Number 3. He's richly deserved that. 3 from 81. From 24, Raposa and Murphy with the assists. Rick Liu, very popular goal scorer. Like I say, it's been coming for him. He's been such a fire starter for this Cambridge side. Going to the replay. Finally, there's Trent. He's beaten in the second. He's put up such a great shift. Really good finish from Luke. Barr dumps it into the corner. Begg tries to find its all way to Zhang. Partington stopped on the way through. Zhang now loops over. Instead of going to the blue line, they send it back around. Barr, battle on the boards. Partington, low slap shot. Wide. Zhang can keep it in. Really solid defensive work by Charlie Barr. Used the body well. Used the stick almost just as effectively. This is a wonderful drive from Zhang. Can they capitalise? It's loose. And pushed away. Harold Wang it was on the spot, and that's a bit of a mix-up, but straight in there was Romick. The equaliser, as that will clear the zone again on the pass back to Lee. We do have less than half of the game remaining. Romick on net into the hands of Harris Trent. Simple enough for him. Nobody really to obstruct his vision. Now we'll clear the zone. Will Payne, dispossessed the goal scorer Liu. Try and take the body on him. So quick and agile. Not quite where I think they wanted that to go. Murphy, big clean check on Davies. That will bring a bit of respite for Oxford. Remains Cambridge possession, well, did. Just evaded Matoush Lazar. Raposa. Stay down again. Oh, but Murphy takes it back the other way. Player in the middle, tries to hit him with the spinoramic pass. Liu, shot just wide. Romick able to prevent it being cleared. Will allow for fresh legs on both sides of the ice. 7:40 left in the second period of play. 108th men's varsity. That's a monster hit on Charlie Barr. An equally big one on Alicia Zhu. Slow to get back up. Ripped on net. Save made. Big hits the deck. Lots of battling in front. And Alicia Zhu on the spot. Saw Big stick go vaguely near Harris Trent. She was standing up for her goaltender. Love to see that. 7:11 left in the second. In front, slap shot, Zhang. Where did that end up for Harris Trent? Somewhere underneath him. He wasn't super confident of where that was. Let's take another look. Zhang stepping up. One-time effort. And he just sort of snuck under the between Trapper and under the pads. Romick kept it in the zone. Big. Does able to recycle the puck into the corner. Romick finds Barr. Partington wants it, gets it. Wasn't quite the pass he was hoping for, and that will get a bit of respite for Oxford. Zhang. Still Zhang. Putting on a show. Zhang equal to it. EHT. Zhang once more, tries to drag it inside, does drag it inside, not able to get the puck goalwards. And now Kieran Davies. There's one player with him. And Oxford got a hustle, easily dealt with by Hurt, sends it around. Liu challenges Sébastien Hurt, third-year American. Murphy sends it back on its way. Alicia Zhu. That's to Furlan. Whack. And we're back. We spent so much of this period in the Cambridge offensive zone. Murphy. That's Barr. 2-on-2. Barr goes to the low. Save made. Eli Harris Trent. Want to remind you, this game brought to you by Varsity Drinks. Both sides will be receiving a bottle of gin after the game. Famous Cambridge gin. Let's take another look at this. Barr again uses the screen a little bit, fakes right, fires it left. Also brought to you by Apples by the Bay. Orchard from New Brunswick, Canada, is Barr. Into the corner. Sent on net by Partington. The assistant captain, Charlie Barr, tried to go for the redirect in front. Zhang now with defending to do. Does well, uses the stick. Now the body. Somebody's headed for 2 minutes. It's Matthew Zhang. I think that was the hooking signal I saw. Confirmation. It sure is. 2 minutes he will spend. So another good opportunity to Oxford get themselves on the board. They've got a bit more of a foothold in the game in the last couple of moments. Baig. Ultimately, call that a win on the draw for Cambridge, as they're able to clear the zone. Good pressure from Baig. Now the pass to Zhu. There's Davis for company. Kept in the zone, only for a moment. Jae-Hyun Lee's going to bring it out. Tries to send it around. Instead, Harold Wang. Coast to coast. Centred, and now coming away with it will be Partington. And Partington's dangerous in this position. Partington! Just wide. Liu lost his stick in all of that. Still able to bring the body. Battling away, really gutsy performance in this one from Liu. That was Will Payne. That's really big coming together. Murphy wants it on the blue line. Don't think it's going to come to him just yet. But again, what a brilliant penalty kill so far from Cambridge. They were expecting an icing call. It's not forthcoming. 10 seconds left. As that's been turned over, Romick! As that was picked up by Raposa. Still alive, finally. Play shut down. We need to see a replay of that. What on earth happened there? Harris Trent with the save, being rightly congratulated. So a bit of a loose pass. Shot by Romick. Bounced really awkwardly for Raposa. Finally corralled it. Shot on net. Big old scramble. Eli Harris Trent gets more saves to his name. A really blinding performance from him so far. Zhang sends it across the blue line. Partington puts it on net. This is everything. And Oxford will break, and they're breaking with numbers. Zhu. Barr just got a touch on that to misdirect it on the way through. And it's Baig. That's plays in support. Barr tries to play in Zhang. Just a little bit too far ahead of him. Into the centre. Partington rips it on net, just wide. In fact, count that one as a save, sending it wide. Baig. Little drop pass to Partington. Partington on net. Scramble in front of goal. .139 to go in the second. Where has this 20 minutes gone? Absolutely flown by. Cambridge up 3-0. Face off won by Oxford, but then Raposa wins it back. Does clear the zone. Really good forechecking there by Kieran Davis. Will Payne trying to put the pressure on the captain, Jack Murphy. And Murphy driving in. Great pass! Just wide. As Oxford try to clear it, they do on the second time of asking. Jae-Hyun Lee switches ice to the captain Murphy. And Tush Lazar. Under a minute left in the period. Murphy tries to dump it in. Plucked out of the air. And Raposa. A little bit too eager. He was offsides. Upper Sparta Bay from New Brunswick, Canada. have also supplied some after-game drinks for both teams. And more crucially, are supporting the game through the trophy engraving. So huge thanks to all our partners and everybody making this Varsity possible. That's some really solid defending by Oxford. Still a bit more to do with 30 seconds left in the period. Partington finds Zhang. Zhang, low, rebound, and will freeze it up again. Harris Trent. I mean, of the goaltending performances we've seen today, this is right up there. Stops the initial effort and then stays there, exactly where he needs to be, covering as much of the goal as possible. Another save there, again with the legs. 10 to play in the second period. Can Cambridge get a shot off in time? They will not. After 2 periods, 40 minutes of white knuckle action, Cambridge University men's Blues lead the 108th Varsity 3-0 over Oxford. We'll be back in a couple of minutes' time for the final period of the Varsity weekend. A very warm welcome back into the Cambridge Ice Arena for the final time this evening, for the final time this 108th Men's Varsity Weekend, brought to you by Varsity Drinks and their Cambridge Gin. So again, rewarding both sides with a bottle of gin and apples by the bay, New Brunswick's favourite orchard, I'm going to say that. Again, providing after game drinks and the all-important trophy engraving. 3-0 is the lead to Cambridge. And it has been a real mixed match in shots. 73 shots faced by Eli Harris-Trent in just 2 periods of action. And he has stood up to 70 of them. And again, I don't think any of the 3, you could be a very unreasonable person to blame him for any of the goals. So we back underway. 20 minutes of action. Cambridge, as they've been for so much of this contest, on the offence. As that's high into the netting. Romick wanted a call there. As again, standing room only at the Cambridge Ice Arena. A reminder of the goals. Matoush Lazar got scoring underway, assisted by Charlie Barr. Charlie Barr then turned scorer, assisted by Raposa and Jae-Hyun Lee. As that's in the middle. Lazar denied. Jae-Hyun Lee on the blue line, blocked on its way through by Ben Drosian. And that's gone behind. I tell you, if Lazar was able to get that first time off his stick, it's 4-0. Final goal so far for Cambridge, 3rd period. Rick Liu, who was the scorer, assisted by Raposa and Murphy. Really nice finish as well from Rick Liu. Of course, the numbers speak for themselves. It's going to take something incredibly special to beat Eli Harris-Trent, who has put in a performance for the ages today. As did both the goalies in the women's game earlier. If you weren't here for it, Alice Beardmore and Holly Bahoon played a 1-0 contest. Oxford coming out on top. And won the women's varsity match. 44th in the history. Romick puts it forward to Barr. Barr into the glove and out. Parkinson from the blue line, back into the trapper of Harris-Trent. Just by comparison, 11 shots saved by Milstein. He's got a shutout to his name so far. As that's going to go all the way through. And Oxford looking to break. And inside by Kieran Davies. But just like that, Barr in the offensive zone, in the corner, centering pass. Begg not able to direct his attempt goalwards. Milstein, first time he's been called into action in a short while. Zhang tries to drag it by his man, just sat down. And then a little bit of afters, and somebody's headed to the box. Would it surprise you if I told you it was Sean Begg? We'll go for 2 minutes for cross-checking. Again, he plays with an edge. And that's what you get with Scott Baig. Sometimes you end up in the penalty box. Sometimes you end up in the back of the net. So, opportunity. Very nearly taken Milstein. Had to be alive to that. Able to get back into his crease. But Raposa able to escape into the trapper of Harris Trent. Again, got a few Oxford, some of the great and the good of Oxford around me, and as soon as they saw Raposa pick up the puck in his own zone, heads were dropping. It's been such heavy sustained pressure. Harris Trent must be absolutely exhausted. The cardio on the man. Genuinely impressive is Rick Liu. Oh, lays the hit. He's probably gonna, oh, someone's gonna go. Not Rick Liu. It will be Rick Liu. Goes to the box. Discussion about what it's going to be. Didn't get a clean look at the incident from here, unfortunately. Somebody else is going also. 2 minutes for boarding. So there was some discussion around us if it would be a bit more. Wasn't. So 2 minutes boarding. So it's a 5-on-3 for the next 1:30, and then 5-on-4 for the 30 seconds after that. So what this means is, in the event Oxford score, just take that, it'll cancel the first power play and it'll take it to a 5-on-4. As you would expect, but just in case it's your first time with us, first time seeing a 5-on-3 power play. So really big opportunity now for Oxford. And again, in the next, well, 2 minutes, you may have the opportunity to get 2 on the board with the player's advantage. Again, we all look to the officials. Their hands stay down. Good opportunity for Oxford to build some pressure, as that's launched by Furlan all the way into their own zone. Too much of a problem. Let's them attack with pace. Save made by Milstein. Now will clear the zone. Furlan not quite able to get to it. Sébastien hurt. So this is a big power play line. Furlan. Back to Hurt. Big clapper coming through. Blocked by Barr. Everybody launching themselves in the way of it. That's gone wide. Milstein not certain where that ended up. With Furlan across the blue line. Back to Furlan. Ripped on goal. Save made. Milstein. And the Cambridge fans. Knowledgeable bunch. They know what that means. Really solid work. Oxford being... It's genuinely impressive how hard Oxford are being forced to work for literally everything. They've got a 2-player advantage on the ice. These are 2 good ice hockey teams. And Cambridge rip it away with Matthew Zhang. .11 seconds left of the 5-on-4. Lessajou in front. So the first penalty, that of Baig, is ended, and immediately gets the crowd on their feet. Big hit, forces the turnover. Robic centering, it's on goal. Save made. Eli Harris Trent, but what a way to make your presence re-felt. Bodies everywhere. Baig and Davies, they didn't even play together. As Baig, what, lays the body, sets up the fast break. And then, yeah, just really good goaltending. Harris Trent stays with it, stays alert, gets low, gets the glove over. 11 seconds left for Cambridge to kill, and they've got it right where they want it. In the Oxford zone, tries for the wraparound, that's going to be stopped. 6 seconds left on the power play. 15:21 left in the third. Again, Oxford Blues a little bit shorter in number than Cambridge overall. Obviously not on the ice right now, as that's going to get sent all the way back. And they have navigated the 5-on-3 and then the 30 seconds of 5-on-4. And you've got to say, they finished it off the better of the two teams. It's Barr on the right wing, centred into the chest of Harris Trent. Another good save. And a massive thank you to everybody who's made this Varsity weekend what it is. Our camera operators, volunteers, doing a fantastic job. What can this man do? Davis. Huge collision. Really gave up his body, Jakean Lee. The former Huskies captain, a very popular figure around the club. He did the ceremonial puck drop in the Huskies game. Even the Oxford players love him. Ripped on goal, just over. That's some really good forechecking, just to slow it down. Shot on net. Milstein with the save. Called into action more in the third. You know, there's history at stake. Both these sets of players. It's a 4-on-2 break. Partington, shot on net, save mate. These checks, they're not the cleanest in terms of, they're not nailing the guy quite like they'd like, but they are effective. They are slowing Cambridge down as it comes to Partington. Switches it across to Barr. Into the middle to Zhang. Dispossessed. Back with Sean Begg. One of the officials clears the stick. That was set in the middle of the ice. No call on the play. It's still with Murphy. Murphy tries to get it on net. Does get it on net. Save made. Harris Trent, Partington. Ricocheted behind. Partington. Murphy. Denied by Harris Trent. Barr. Straight through. And that's in the corner again. Partington keeps it in the zone. Where did that go? Into the stick blade of the skipper. Now Partington. One player in the middle for him, it's Barr. Keeps a hold of it. Romick with the attempt. And still Cambridge possession, building the pressure. Begg dispossessed, and now it's the captain, Furlan. But really good defensive work from Cambridge. Just relentless. Centering pass, shot on net, and it's there! It's 4, and it's Raposa. .94, Raposa on the assist from Charlie Barr. It has been coming, it has been building, relentless, wave after wave, and here it was. Barr got by his man, pass to Raposa. Again, Those lateral movements are so tough for goaltenders. Harris Trent has faced close to 100 shots, and it sounds incredible to say it's not an exaggeration. It was 73 shots coming into the period. Faces another, and it's Rick Liu out of nowhere gets his second of the game, and it's 5-0 Cambridge. Rick Liu. The assist coming from Jack Murphy and Matoush Lazar. Rick Liu takes it into the zone and then just rifles it. High blocker side. It's a tough spot for the goalie to save. Harris Trent has stood on his head. Oxford taking the timeout. Absolutely the right decision. Try and kill this momentum that's been built for Cambridge. Because two very quick fire goals, matter of 11 seconds between them. That's a real sickener for Oxford, because they have played a very brave game of hockey. They've withstood an awful lot of the storm. But this Cambridge team, my goodness, they really are something. You can see why they're 6-1 on 1. They are second in the D1 Checking League South. But what really matters to them is winning the Varsity. It's the biggest game of the season. Ripped straight on net for Harris Trent. He'll feel good to get a save. Again, he's got plenty of them. Goes all the way around the rink. Partington sends it up to Romick. Romick able to clear. Tape to bar. Picked up by Zhang. Zhang trying to show the handles. And the dangles. Partington dispossessed momentarily. As stick goes flying. Baig is going to be reacquainted with the bench. 2 more minutes. Unsportsmanlike conduct is the call. 2-minute penalty for Baig. Just over 11 minutes remaining in the period and in the 108th Varsity weekend. 11 minutes of action before both sides can enjoy the drinks from Varsity Drinks and Apples by the Bay, our two partners for what has been a brilliant day of ice hockey. And again, we thank them for their support. That is Baig's 3rd trip to the box for a total of 6 minutes. It did feel like a little bit more, in fairness. And Ivan Greger, one of his assistant coaches, of course. Those two have duelled it out in varsity matchups before. Greger, very respected. He's just come over to have a word with his player. As that is a fabulous goal! Kieran Davies. There's life in this one with 10:01 to play. Kieran Davis absolutely rifles it. (7:18:20). Kieran Davis, assisted by Hurt. And Alyssa Zhu, let's have a look at it. Body check, good pass, and then fired on net. And Davis with the goal. First time Milstein has been beaten in this game. Just a 1.73 goals against average. Fewer than 2 goals a game conceded. That is excellent goaltending from him this season. But he won't be getting a fourth shutout of the season, Partington. Flies in towards Romick. Tush Lazar was attempting to get it goalward. Attempts to direct it goalwards by Cambridge. That's another save. Harris Trent down low in the butterfly. Partington centres. A couple of guys got a stick on that. Saved again by Harris Trent, not able to bring it in. The attempt from Raposa. Zhang, clapper from the blue line, bodies in front. And Liu looking for a Hattie. Play is stopped with a player on the ice. It's one of the Oxford players, not entirely able to ID them. Hopefully they are okay, players with them. Again, there was an awful lot going on in front of the goal on that set of play, and I think that is Alicia Zhu. Again, what a warrior she is and has been throughout this game, throughout this season for Oxford men. Again, 11 points on the year, and I think that has her as one of the highest point scorers on the side, trailing only Furlan and Topham, which is 80 points in just a 17-game career in Oxford. Let me just repeat that. 17 games, 50 goals, 30 assists, 80 points total. Absurd. Hopefully she's okay. As puck heads into the bench. .41 left in the contest. Michael Furlan puts it towards net, high over the bar. As a batted away. Beg. Nice idea on the pass. Sent it to Bar into the corner. Beg will have it once again, trying to dance his way inside. Got collected, and that's going to go the length of the ice. But play remains. It stays live. Oh, Zhang goes coast to coast. Goes to finish the assist, the pass. Matush Lazar denied. Clapper effort just from the blue line. Milstein made it looks regular. Again, he's been tested so infrequently in the contest. See it again, just as crosses the blue line. Pretty comfortable save for him. He has to stay sharp. And he does. 5 plays 1 in favour of the hosts. Again, never say never in the game of ice hockey, but it has been a very strong performance from Cambridge. They're trying to find a 6. Stays out. Matush Lazar, it was once again. He's got 1 today, the former Husky. And again, the Huskies in attendance. Very proud of anybody who makes it to the men's varsity. Trying to get it back goalwards. This will go for icing. Henry Smith, it was in pursuit. Another first-year player for Oxford. He's played for one of the Vikings teams this year before becoming a mainstay for the Blues. Murphy. Shot on net. Gathered in by Harris Trent. 6:53 left in the contest. Barr dumps it into the corner. Fatigue is starting to set in. It's been such a frenetic 50+ minutes of hockey. Well, I spoke too soon. Davies showing no fatigue, trying to dance his way through. Harris Trent equal to it from Big. Tried to evade the check, not so successful, as Romick retrieves a new twig from Ivan Greger. Just one of the coaching staff, led by primary coach Greg Babbitt and of course Professor Bill Harris behind the bench for Cambridge. Centering effort, he's back with Liu. Liu's still looking for a Hally, by the way. Put in front, go all the way around. Gathered in, Harris Trent. DJs really bringing it at the Cambridge Ice Arena. Oh, that's a really nice bit of work by Murphy. Baig had somebody tied up in front. Murphy puts it on net. Baig isn't able to get on it. They'll freeze it up. We've had moments of real fluidity in the games, especially that women's game. We went, what, 10 minutes without a break at one point? And that is, if it's an exaggeration, it's not by much, and it surely isn't intentional. This has gotten really choppy. We cleared a zone. Lee thought about sending it back in. Probably would have got called for offsides. So thought better of it. Nice work from Murphy, the captain. Still Murphy. Sends it forward to Barr. Are there more goals in this one? Oh, it's a cheeky idea. Tried to lift it over from the office to Romick, who was advancing on net. That's not the pass that Zhang was hoping to deliver. And now Romick finally receives it. It seemed like 7 to 10 business days after initially calling for it. A little bit speculative, but again, Harris Trent equal to it, but did have to gather it on the second attempt. Davies driving. There's a skater in the middle. There's a hand up. And Cambridge going to be short-handed for the next at least 2 minutes. Scott Partington headed to the bench. Some Cambridge fans really unhappy. Tripping is the goal. I mean, I assume they're Cambridge fans. Using context clues makes the most sense. 4:19 to play. Half of that time, Oxford will have the player advantage unless they score in the next 2 minutes of play. Well, that's not going to help things as Murphy looked to break away with it. That's been launched to the opposite end of the ice. Raposa in the crease, it was putting the pressure on that forecheck, and that's just luzzed back. Looking like a set play from Oxford. Puck takes a weird bounce off the boards, just completely kills the momentum. And offside is the call. Harold Wang very unhappy with that call. Represented Shanghai in China Nationals. And Oscar Zhu also represented the Shanghai municipal team. I believe they were teammates, but I could have my wires crossed. It's Barr. Puts it towards goal. Harris Trent equal to it. Into the corner it went. Another good minute of penalty killing from Cambridge this. Shot doesn't make its way through off of the blade of Romick. Oxford. Slightly wayward pass. Cleared well. On that. A super quick whistle from the official, who immediately apologises in fairness to Max Milstein. Milstein gathered it, and usually when a goalie, we'll see the play now. Shot attempt from Oscar Zhu, gathered it in. Usually when the trapper closes, that's taken sort of as a signal, frees the puck. I think technically it should be 2-3 seconds, but he was looking to release it quickly. It's one of those, I don't know if we can go fully unwritten, but sort of an in-game flow sort of decision. Final 5 seconds of the power play. 5-1 Cambridge lead in the third. 108th men's varsity. Partington back onto the ice. He's lurking at the opposite blue line. Zhang sees him. Zhang has him in the centre. Tried to take it alone. Really solid defence. Again, Oscar Zhu very busy in the last couple of minutes. Liu looking for that third. Gets the backhand swipe at the puck. Sends it to the corner. Under 2 to play in the varsity. Taken away by Oxford. Accidentally cleared into the bench. Oh no, Bendrosian it is, wearing 3. Just trying to carry the puck forward. I'm going to assume that was accidental. Raposa, it was. Oh, taken out the air by Romick. Really great tape-to-tape pass for Baig. Shot deflected over, out of play. 1:24 left in the contest. Yeah, really good interception by Romick. Centering pass, and then yeah, good save. It sounded like it might have come off his paddle, his stick. Goalie. And again, massive hat tip to the camera work on that shot. Just really high quality work here. As Partington, and we've got punches flying in the Varsity in the final minute 11 seconds. Well, after a somewhat quiet couple of minutes, somebody had a spark. So Partington driving down the wing, gets checked a little bit to the head, and then just a big retaliation swipe. David Kelly takes a big swing and a couple of punches thrown, so they're both to the benches. Let's find out the call. So both players get 2 minutes for roughing. That's their day done. Kelly, an additional 2 for unsportsmanlike conduct. It's one of those things where you throw a punch at a guy, yeah, you're probably going to get an extra 2 minutes. Now, if they were to have both fought, that would then become an instigator penalty. So 2+2. Offsetting minors, so we're still at full strength, 5-on-5 for the final 1:11 of the game. I always find it a little bit, I'm not going to go so far as to say it's funny, but there was such a lull for the last 2-3 minutes. After that Oxford goal, it seemed like it took a little bit of the spice of it. They've got their one. As, by the way, Alyssa Xu back on the ice. Great to see. Haven't noticed her in a couple of shifts. She did take that heavy contact in front of goal. And then, yeah, just a little bit of a sparkers. As one of our officials, 4 official crew, by the way, which is really excellent to see in a Varsity fixture. Just asking the scorers about the scoreboard situation. So we should be 5-on-5 as Wang heads to the bench. So final minute 10. We'll see if that settled things down or if there's more fireworks to come. Zhang into the middle, evades Murphy, and Alyssa Xu under pressure from Bart. Nothing in that. Good defense, good offense. Liu, talking about good offense, Liu. Speed, the dangles, and Xu gets it clear. So it is 5v4, forgive me. As Cambridge will finish this game with the player advantage. Zhang really wanted that. Had an open look, No doubt Eli Harris-Trent would have closed it down by the time it got across to him. Murphy sent it on net. Good save. And that will do it. Cambridge are the 108th men's varsity champions. They win a dominant performance, 5-1 over the Oxford University Blues. Oxford rightly go to commiserate, to celebrate, to congratulate Eli Harris-Trent. He has stood on his head. What a goaltending performance that was. But all the accolades go to Cambridge. They are the varsity winners in 2026. What a performance. Relentless pressure. Dominates the game. Shows the life out of it. Oxford brought a bit more physicality and then really brought some physicality. But Cambridge, they lived with it and they really played a terrific game of ice hockey. Both sides really brought something special here to the Cambridge Ice Arena for the 108th men's varsity. What a brilliant way to spend a day watching varsity ice hockey in Cambridge. Oxford, they take 2 victories of the 3. Eli Harris-Trent faced 106 shots. He made 101 saves. Absolutely outstanding. A truly special goaltending performance, and he is rightly at the head of the queue, because this again is what it is all about. A really bruising physical encounter, a bit of bad blood, very nearly a bit of a scuffle at the end. Instead it was just a bit of roughing. And Scott Baig, who has been a pest, let's call him that, is rightly being hugged and all the rest of it by his former teammates and his opponents today. But Cambridge, they are going to feel great about that. Another win on the year for them. They're 7th in all competitions. But they've won the biggest game in university ice hockey, and one of the very biggest in the history of British ice hockey. The Cambridge-Oxford varsity match. They rightly go to Milstein, who again only faced 17 shots, conceded 1. But again, he had to be alive to stay composed, stay really mentally switched on and in the game, in the zone. Times easier said than done. Cambridge coaches with the officials. So, as with the women's game, we will have post-game awards to both sides, including player of the game. We will see about spirit of the game, certainly in the women's game. Just a huge thank you again to Aaron Gill for all the work on the live stream. Jack Haynes, who has stood by me all day as the graphics operator, and that game's camera operator, Ishan Lohar. What a long day for him after flying back from Japan yesterday. And in fairness, a long day for Jack, ahead of representing GB in Bandy in Sweden next week. We wish him all the very best. And again, a massive thank you to our sponsors, Varsity Drinks and their Cambridge Gin and Apples of the Bay, New Brunswick's Orchard. Michael Furlan, Oxford's player of the game. Really strong performance from the skipper. Jonathan Romick looking delighted to be awarded player of the game, as well he might. Again, was a really tricky customer for them. Went through a couple of sticks in the outing. And he's lapping up the applause, as well he might. Charlie Barr is the MVP of the 108th men's varsity match. Again, an excellent performance from start to finish from Barr. Really set the tone for his team. And there were a couple of times that he really built. He really, brought a lot of that intensity, brought a lot of that pressure, and here it is. With that apple by the bay drink, the trophy for the men's ice hockey varsity goes to Cambridge in 2026. They are the men's varsity winners in the 108th contest. What an exceptional performance it was. One of the most dominant in recent years. A 5-1 scoreline doesn't do justice, I don't think, to how strong they played, but they came up against an exceptional goaltender. 101 saves from Eli Harris-Trent. What an unbelievable performance. Thank you so much, wherever you've been around the world, joining us for this varsity action all day. Congratulations to the Vikings B and of course the Oxford University Women's Blues on their victories earlier in the day. But from this contest, it is Cambridge who will go into the night with the trophies. They have won the 108th men's varsity match with a score of 5-1.
camera!